Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Monica. I like to post anti-MLMs, that's anti-multi-level marketing, life, and some true crime content here on this channel. So if any of that interests you, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I would love for you to stick around. In today's video, I am bringing you anti-MLM content, so of course, just as a disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only and just my opinions. After one of my recent reaction videos where I was reacting to a paparazzi rep who was pretty problematic and talking about faking friendships in order to recruit people, someone reached out to me and sent me some videos regarding the same exact rep, and it was an end of the month push kind of a thing. This is not uncommon. This happens in every single business where at the end of the month, it's like, okay, we really got to make quota. We have to, that's why the best time of the month to go shopping for a car is at the end of the month. But this is something that happens in every industry. This is not just for the MLM industry. So because of that, this person sent me some footage, but it's a little problematic to say the least. And I'm going to read off some of what the person sent me as well in an email, because it kind of explains it a little bit better. I'm leaving them anonymous, of course, but they did kind of explain it a little bit further. But before we do that, I wanted us to, I guess you can kind of say, react to a paparazzi rep who was talking about the compensation plan of paparazzi. I have had an incredibly hard time editing out her face, so most likely she's just gonna have a paparazzi logo on her face for either the whole entire video or most of the video. But in that video that she made, she broke down the compensation plan and went over this rule that paparazzi has. And I didn't know about this previously until the person who emailed me the extra footage that we're going to react to later on in the video told me about how they believe it's a way of paparazzi making sure that you are consistently recruiting because of a maxed leg. We're going to watch this compensation plan video first, and then we're going to get into the footage. So let's just dive right in.
To go over paparazzi's compensation plan to hopefully help you get a better insight to all the different ranks and what's required to hit each rank. First of all, I want to go over some of the common terms that you'll find in paparazzi. The most common term that you'll see everywhere is PV. PV stands for personal value. And each piece of jewelry contains 2 PV. This is what your commissions are based on, and also your activity levels. Now, to be an active paparazzi consultant, you need at least 50 PV in each calendar month. Now, 50 PV translates to 25 pieces, because 25 times 2 is 50. Now, these pieces cannot be starlit shimmer items. Starlit shimmer items do not hold any PV or value or anything. So these need to be 25 of the regular items. Now, there are a lot of perks when you become an active consultant. The first perk is you get on the paparazzi's corporate consultant search. And if you're part of my team, you get featured on my website and also my team website. So that's just a little perk for my team. And now I'm gonna try to walk you through all of the compensation plan ranks.
Before we go over the compensation ranks, I wanted to just say she clearly proves that you need to have a PV. I have had people tell me, even with paparazzi, I've had some people reach out to me and say, oh, you don't need a PV. Clearly you do, and clearly you have to have, what was it, 50 PV I think she said? So think about all of that inventory that you constantly have to have on hand, not to mention the fact that if you watch a lot of these paparazzi Facebook Lives, they have a giant freaking display behind them of just paparazzi jewelry. And in my head, I'm thinking, how much money is currently sitting behind them, and how much of that are they not going to sell? Because in my opinion, I would say that that kind of classifies as inventory loading, but at the same time, they're not told to spend X amount of dollars. They're doing it on their own. But as we see all the time, there's always a massive amount of paparazzi jewelry sitting behind these paparazzi reps.
So right here, we have a cute girl. She just joined Paparazzi and she is so ready to go. Her first month, she wants to stay active. So she buys her 25 pieces or 50 PV that month, and she's active. She's going out there doing parties. And at one of her parties, she recruits someone. Awesome. Okay? And that person buys their 25 pieces. So they're 50 PV. So they're active. This girl now gets 5% of what this girl buys. So your first rank is star consultant, and if you as a star consultant recruit, you will earn 5% of what your recruits do. And so she keeps on partying, and she recruits another person who also does her 50. She still gets the 5% on her first line, and she's still a star consultant. But hold on, wait a minute. She recruits her third person, and her third person has 50 PV and is also active. She now, our purple girl up here, she now hits director. Yay! She's a director. Now let me further explain this. To become a director, you yourself have to be active. So you yourself have to buy 50 PV. And you also need at least 3 personally sponsored active consultants on your first row. So if this girl goes in 1 month, in 1 calendar month. So if this girl goes 1 month without ordering, you're not a director. Your pay, you'll still be a director if you hit it, but your pay will go back to the star consultant pay of 5% on both of these. But we'll just say that her team's rocking and she's a director. She now gets, the purple girl gets 10% on her first line.
I wonder if this lady was a teacher, because, and this has nothing to do with the MLM portion of this, but I wonder if she was a teacher, because I don't know why the way that she has the little figurines set up and the way that she has, I don't know why, but it reminds me of one of my teachers from back in the day, just the way that she's like presenting it. But as for the MLM portion, look at that structure that we have going there. Isn't it a bit triangular? Now, this is another thing I wanted to bring up, is the whole, when they call themselves CEOs and stuff like that. Clearly, she is not a CEO because she is a director. And she has to rely on her team in order to keep her at that rank. The great part about being a business owner is that if someone on your team isn't doing what they're supposed to be doing, if they're not doing well, if they're struggling with something, either one, you can talk to them and find out what's the issue, or two, unfortunately for some people, you will have to let them go because it's just they're just not the right fit. But in that situation, if you lose a person, or if let's say someone quits because they decide, you know what, this isn't for me. If someone quits, your rank as CEO of your own company, pretty much, it's not going to change because someone left or because you let someone go. So that's why when they try to say this whole, oh, well, I'm a CEO of my own business and I'm a small business owner and this is my own thing. No, it's not. Because first of all, you're working for someone else. Second of all, you have to rely on your team in order to keep your rank. If you drop in rank, if you heard what she just said, if you drop in rank, you no longer get that commission that you would get at the director level. It goes from getting 10% to now you're back to getting 5% because someone is inactive. So for some of these people who pitch that, oh, it's going to be great and stuff like that, you have to be constantly thinking about, well, what if someone leaves? What if, because MLMs are a revolving door.
Fine. Now let's see if her awesome team recruits also. They're going to parties. This girl, the blue girl, gets a couple recruits. This girl gets one. So her team starts recruiting and they're awesome. And their PV's going up. And this girl's like, you know what? I want to hit Premier Director. I'm really going to push myself and my team to hit that Premier Director. So they go out and they party and they all their teams do 1,000 OV. OV stands for organizational volume, and that means their whole downline equals this. So each girl has 1,000 organizational volume, which means this girl is now a Premier Director. To hit Premier Director, you need at least 3,000 OV and 3 active personally sponsored consultants. Now there is a rule here called the third rule. This third rule means you cannot take more than 1/3 of the total volume from one leg. Let me try to break that down because I got confused with it. So let's say the purple girl recruits another one. But this girl got 2,000 on her leg. This one has 500 on her leg. This one, and this girl doesn't have any on her leg. Now it adds up to 3,500 OV, but you can only take 1,000 from each leg to hit Premier Director. So you can only take 1,000 of the 2,000, 1,000 here and 500 here. So that creates 2,500. So she's 500 short of hitting that Premier Director. But if this gal the next month has 500 OV with her downline, then she would hit Premier Director again. Since you're getting 1,000 from these two, 1,000 here and 1,000 here, she would hit Premier Director again.
Notice how this clearly means that you have to continuously recruit people. You can't just have a few people underneath you. You have to have a ton of people underneath you. And I mean like at that first level underneath you. So does this not show you that you need to recruit? Along with that, you'll never make it past star consultant unless you have a team. So you can sit there and you can sell all the jewelry that you have. You can be a really good salesperson, but you're never ever going to move up in rank unless you have a downline, unless you're sitting there recruiting people. You'll never have that opportunity to do that. So you'll never be able to make extra commissions off of your team and stuff like that, even though you might be the best salesperson that Paparazzi has in their entire company. So you might be working just as hard as everybody else, but because you don't want to recruit, you're not going to get the perks that everybody else does. I don't know if that makes sense. But this just goes to show that 1/3 rule, you have to constantly recruit. You can't just recruit a couple of people. You have to constantly be doing that because and they each have to always have a certain PV. That has to be so stressful. And we're going to go over just how stressful that can possibly be when I react to the footage of another rep with end of the month type of stuff. So anyway, let's get back into this.
Let's see. So this purple girl would still get 10% on her first line. On her second line, which are these lovely folks, she'll get 5% of what they ordered on her second line. And also on her third line. On her third line, she'll get 5% also. Hey, now we're going to go over the executive director rank. To hit executive director, you need at least 6,000 OV. And you also need to do 100 PV yourself. As you can see here, she kept recruiting and her recruits and their teams are doing awesome. You can only take 2,000 from each leg to hit executive director. So she's fine here. She hits it right on the dot with 6,000. Now the commissions on her first line, she'll still get the 10%. On the second, she'll get 5%. On her third line, she'll get 5% also. And then once you hit executive director, you get 1% of your whole volume. Even if one leg is 7,000 OV, you'll still only take 2,000 towards the rank, but you'll get that 1% on that 7,000 on the whole team. So that is executive director. Our next rank after executive director is producer. Now for a producer, you need 12,000 OV from your team. And following the third rule, the lovely third rule again, 12 divided by 3 is 4, so you can only take 4,000 at most from each leg. Now as you can see, the purple girl, her team is pretty good. She can take 4,000 from here, and the rest all add up to 12,000. So she is right on track, and she hit producer. And she also has to do 100 PV also. On her first line, she gets 10%. On her second and third line, she gets 5%. And she earns 3% on her whole team volume as a generational bonus. It's complicated. I hope I was able to give you a better insight to the compensation plan. These compensation plans are very complicated, and
I'm gonna end it there because it's just like the end of the video. But they are very complicated. A lot of these compensation plans, and I'm really happy that I found that video. The reason being is because the way that I learn, I'm a very visual learner, so I can sit there and I can study a compensation plan, but until someone actually sits down and in a way, just like how she did, how like, you know, they kind of like map it out and show you exactly what it is, that's when it starts to make a little bit more sense to me. So the compensation plan now makes a little bit more sense to me. The 1/3 rule, that is just like the person who sent me the footage. They said this in the email, but I really truly think, and I agree with the person that sent me the email, that this is just a way for them to constantly recruit, because you can only have a certain amount of PV from each leg. Even if, let's say that you need, 12,000 for producer, I think you need 12,000 OV, which is organizational volume, to stay at that rank. You might have that 12,000 OV, but what if, like in total, but what if one of your reps is over on the OV and another one fell really behind. Maybe something happened to her that month. Maybe she was in the hospital, or maybe there was some kind of family emergency or something like that that she couldn't focus on Paparazzi that month, because they're all very well known for doing these live Facebook party type things. That's what they're known for. So then the upline is going to miss out on ranking all because of that role that Paparazzi has. And it is a way to kind of entice people to constantly recruit in order to make sure that they have that mindset of, okay, I'm good. As long as these people, they make a certain amount, I'm good. So with that being said, I wanted to get into the footage and the email that was sent to me from someone who used to be a Paparazzi rep. Of course, as I said, I'm leaving them anonymous, but let's go over that real quick. Here is the email that I received from the ex-rep, and it says, this is basically an end of the month push video. They are trying to get all of these consultants to place orders so this upline can rank. They speak about a maxed leg, which is basically a person that the ranking consultant signed and that person's entire downline. There is a rule with ranking in Paparazzi where you can only take 1/3 of the volume needed from one leg. So the more legs you have, the easier it is to rank. I think it's the company's way of making sure that you continue to constantly personally recruit others. Since this live, people are placing orders and posting that they ordered and how many pieces they ordered, because this pushes other people to order so they can post. There are also typically contests that a prize is only given if the rank is hit. I can't see if she has one in place because most of the high-up consultants in the company have me blocked. The consultant speaking in the video, I believe, is currently at the rank Jet Setter, which, if nothing has changed from the last video that I reacted to, that rep, she was at Jet Setter. But that video that I reacted to was from, when was it? September of 2019. So if she's been at the same rank for, what is it, like a year and a half? I mean, with the way that some of these reps pitch this opportunity, I would hope that she would be at a little bit higher of a rank. But you can even hear her talk about how very few people ever hit these ranks. She manipulates it to make it seem like so far only a few, which means you can too. It's sad to see these women manipulated. I agree, because this is all a manipulation tactic. And as I said in the last video that I reacted to about this rep, she seems like she has a sales background, so she already has a one-up on people who have never worked in sales before, because MLMs pitch this idea of, you don't have to be a salesperson. You don't have to have ever worked in this kind of line of business in order to make it. But if someone comes in with a sales background or with some kind of experience, they already have a one-up on people because they already know other tactics, and now they're going to learn the MLM tactics in order to be able to sell basically themselves, because it's not about the products. It's about selling yourself, your lifestyle, what you were able to achieve because of the MLM. And I know that I say this all the time, and I'm sorry to those of you who have heard me say this rhetoric over and over and over again. But maybe there are people who are watching this video and this is their first anti-MLM video, so that's why I have to constantly repeat myself, because this is a very common thing that MLMs do. The products are irrelevant, because if you think about it, these MLM companies, a lot of their products are pretty average products. They're not that great. I've heard a lot of bad things about Paparazzi jewelry. A lot of the jewelry breaks very easily. And that's just, but that can happen anywhere. That can happen if you buy jewelry from Walmart or Target. I'm sure it can happen with literally anything. But that's what I'm saying, is that these products, they're irrelevant because it's not groundbreaking. They're not groundbreaking products. So the job of the MLM rep is to recruit people. As you saw by the explanation of the compensation plan, it's better for you to recruit people because that's how you're going to make money. That's how you're going to make the big bucks. You can sit there and sell your butt off on a live stream all you want, but you're going to make money, or more money, depending on how much you're making with just sales. but you're gonna make more money with recruiting people and having a team. Anyway, enough of me rambling and babbling away. Let me scooch back over again and let's see what this jet setter upline has to say about the end of the month.
Hey, okay. Now that we got a crowd here, what's up, girl? Now that we have a crowd here, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Okay, so if you don't know, if you don't know, and the babies are great. If you don't know who I am, my name is, okay, and happens to be my best friend and my direct upline, okay? When I signed up under, I literally thought we went to school together, and joke was on me after we booked our convention room together. She said, I can't wait to meet you in person. And I said, what? Didn't we go to school together? And just so you know, this was after I was already under her for March, April, May, like two or 3 months, by the way. I said, didn't we go to school together? And she said, no. And I was like, wow, I just booked a room with a complete stranger. Wow.
I know it's really early in this video, but I just wanted to say, first of all, this kind of shows and I'm really not trying to be rude here, but this kind of shows how oblivious sometimes that these reps can be. And again, I'm not saying that to be rude, but another thing is that she said, oh, I thought we went to school together, because it's so common for MLM reps to pitch you if they went to school with you. We see these stories all the time where women who went to school with other women, these were women that bullied them, and now they're in an MLM company trying to recruit the person that they bullied in high school. We see that all the time, and I know I might be a little rude here for saying that, but it's just a stereotype with these MLM reps. But yeah, just wanted to throw that out there.
We literally met for the first time face to face at the front counter, the check-in counter at our very first convention, where it was just the two of us. We had no team members there. Like, she had one team member there, and it was me. I had no team members there. I walked as a producer. I was actually a premier producer. She walked as a premier producer, and she was actually elite, okay? And we have been literally best friends ever since. And every time we've hit ranks, we've always done it together. And we didn't even try. It just organically happened like that, okay?
I wonder if you guys are best friends because you're making your upline money. And also, this live stream is her pretty much trying to push everyone to do better so that her upline can rank. So I wonder if that's why you guys are best friends, because the sisterhood is really only existent when you're in the MLM. I have rarely ever heard of people staying friends with their uplines or their downlines after they leave the MLM. It happens, but it's very, very, very rare. It's way more common for you to leave the MLM and then get blocked by everybody or get unfriended by everybody, especially if you speak out against the MLM, whether it be the company or just the MLM structure in itself. So I wonder if you guys are best friends because you make her money. I wonder.
Okay. Literally, we hit together. I don't know about you, but I've watched my best friend hit Lux Month 1 twice now. And I didn't do that, okay? And I also don't know about you, but if you know anything about, she will do anything for you. She will literally lose sleep to help you grow. She will take time, anytime, to give to you, no matter what. She is one of the biggest hearted leaders out there. And I'm not even exaggerating, okay? I'm not even just tooting her horn because she's my best friend. I've witnessed it. And this month, we need, and now, she is maxed out on me and my leg. That's okay. She's still always there for us. She still cheers this team on. And she has a lot of you who aren't maxed for her. And maxed means that she can use your orders to go towards month 1 of Lux, okay?
Aren't they always pitching that this is going to give you time freedom and that you can work from home, you can stay home with your kids if you do this, you can quit your 9 to 5, you can have time and financial freedom. But from the sounds of it, this woman's upline, she doesn't sleep. All she does is work. She's there for everybody. She's constantly cheering people on, which in my opinion, I think that that's great because, I mean, I would have loved to have an upline that was like that. But at the same time, there is a lot of love bombing and toxic positivity that goes on behind the scenes. I'm sure that there are times where she is so incredibly frustrated and she wants to scream at people, but she's gonna keep it positive because no negative vibes. But this just goes to show you that there is no time freedom. They promise you time freedom, but there's no such thing. This proves it.
Of Lux, okay? There are a lot of you, and believe me, I know people, I know the teams, I pay attention, okay? Because we help everybody, okay? That's just how we roll on this team, on this whole entire upline above you. That's how we roll. We help everybody, not just when it benefits us, okay? That's the kind of leaders you want to be under, and you want to be a part of families like that, okay? And there are a lot of you who are leaders, who are not maxed, who have been MIA. Don't lie. I'm watching. Who've been MIA. That's okay. I mean, I'm pregnant twice, back to back. I'm like, literally, get me out of quarantine because I just keep getting pregnant over here, okay? So I know what it's like to be MIA when life happens, okay? And now that you're IA, right? MIA is missing in action. Now that you're IA in action, welcome back. Welcome back. We're so happy to have you. It's your job to push. Going to help you any way she can. This is the month where, hey, I've been MIA. Listen, I can admit my faults and insecurities. Ask my team, okay? I've probably let them down a little more than they'll even admit out loud, okay? So I'm not coming from a place of I'm perfect and you're not. No, believe me, I'm only just getting back on my game here for the month of March, okay? I'm a meatball. I'm freaking pregnant again. So I'm trying, right? And that's all we can do as leaders is try. And what I really want to say is my best friend, my upline, my best friend, my best friend will do anything to help you hit your goals. And I wish I could order everything under the sun to help her hit this rank. I've already done my part. We've already done our part. Now what we can do is we can help you get to do your part, okay? So I'm calling every other leader who are not on somewhere on my downline, right? Every leader, I don't care, even if you're a leader in your head and you ain't got a team yet, I'm talking to you too. Can we see hit Lux Month 1? Can you put in the effort to rally your teams to get there? She can only be divided so many ways. So what I'm asking, this is my ask of you today, okay? About 50,000 pieces to Lux Month 1. and we have 3 days left. Okay? What I'm asking of the other leaders, any level, any other leg, can we give back to the same way she gives to you? Can you take the initiative to rally your teams so she can focus on rallying the overall picture? Guys, this is the 3rd time she's gotten this close. 2 times she's hitting hitting. I don't even know if that's a word. 2 times she's hit Lux Month 1. 1 time, you guys literally pulled off 11,000 pieces or more on a Sunday, only the unmaxed legs.
That is manipulation at its finest, because it's, now we have to help the person who helps you. So now that some of us have already helped her because we're already maxed out, she's maxed out on our legs, so there's not much that we can do now. But what we can do is we can help you help her. And then she says that she's come close 3 times and that she's hit this 2 times. That is very worrisome, that she's hit it, dropped, and been close to the rank. Because that just shows me that this isn't a for sure thing and that you're not going to have time freedom, because she has to constantly, this woman's upline has to constantly be thinking about, oh, well, this one leg is maxed out, but the other one, oh my gosh, like, what am I going to do? I have to hit this rank. And it's going to make her stressed out. I cannot imagine how much stress goes into being so close to hitting a rank and not being able to do it, or only hitting it twice. But there's more.
Max legs by 11:59 at night, and I'm not even kidding. So I'm not only asking for month 1, I'm asking, like, let's do this. Like, let's finish this. Somebody, I think, asked how many Lux jet setters are in the company. I don't know off the top of my head. I know that right now there are 2 people at the top rank of the company, and one of my other best friends is going for that top rank, so she'll be one of 3. Right now is an Impressionista, and I want to say there's like 4 or 5 at Impressionista, and then Lux Jet Setter, I'm not sure. I want to say that there's like 5 or 6, okay, in the whole entire company. So for you guys to even get this close is a big MF deal, okay? Earmuffs. It's a big deal. And I watched.
That just explains it all. Not many people are going to make it to this level of what this rep has, or what her upline, or what her friends have. That there, what did she say? There were 2 people at the very top, and there's a 3rd one who's going to make rank for it. Out of everyone in the entire company. Think about that for a second. So that means that not everyone who enters in this MLM is going to get there. It's impossible for everybody to get there, because in order for the MLM structure to succeed, they have to have people at the bottom losing money and spending all of their money on paparazzi in order for all of these other reps to continue to make their money, because they make commission. Because they make commission even off of the people who are losing money. If you're at the very bottom, if you're a star consultant and you have to keep a 50 PV in order to be active, the rep who above you, who recruited you, they're still going to make money off of that 50 PV. So even if you didn't sell anything, you're still buying stuff every month. So if you're not selling anything, but you're buying stuff, you're not even breaking even at that point. You're losing money, but your upline is still making money off of you. That is the issue that I have with these types of companies, because I had a comment on an older paparazzi video, and the person was saying how they do believe that it's a pyramid scheme, but they're signed up as like a discount person pretty much. They just like the jewelry, and that the jewelry is not all that bad, and that they get upset that people talk down on the jewelry because it's not, there's other brands that are just as the same quality as paparazzi and stuff. But if you think it's a pyramid scheme, and if this person's watching, I want you to listen to this for a second, because I didn't even bother responding because I was in the middle of something at the time anyway. But if you really truly believe that it's a pyramid scheme, you do realize that you're contributing to this thing that you think is a pyramid scheme, because you're still buying stuff from the company. You're still part of the company. You're still supporting a problematic structure. And as I already said, the products are irrelevant. Do I think that the paparazzi jewelry isn't that great? Yeah, I don't think it's that great. And I've heard plenty of stories of how it just breaks within like 2 wears. So while I've never tried it before, I don't have to try it because the products are irrelevant to me. My issue is with the MLM structure and with the fact that people have to lose money at the bottom in order for people to make money at the top. That is the issue that I have.
And I watch, like, even if you don't see in this team group, she's in Messenger. She's always working her business. She's always trying to better systems, better processes, get creative to be better for you. And so this is the time where we can show our leader and my best friend that we can get her there. And not only are we going to get her there this month, we're going to get her there early next month. I have not a doubt in my mind. I put my face out there for a lot of people. I'm not going to do that for somebody who's not doing anything, right? And I've watched my best friend. Today, she shipped so many team giveaways, they had to get her a cart to bring to her vehicle so she could fill the cart and push it by herself so your winnings could get into your hands.
Is that out of pocket or is that through the company? Because if you're doing giveaways and if that's out of pocket, and she had to pay for all of that out of pocket to the point where she had to put everything into a cart at the post office, holy crap. How much is she spending in a year on her paparazzi biz? I would really be curious, because if she's giving away that much, she has to keep a PV as well. She's not sleeping because clearly she's like probably one of the best uplines I've ever heard of, because she actually puts in the work. She doesn't just say, oh, well, sorry, like, here's a link to the website, learn it. You know what I mean? I don't know her as a person, so maybe she is a terrible person. I don't know. But from the sounds of it, she puts in the work. She puts in a lot of work. And then to have all of those giveaways, so this isn't going to give you time and financial freedom. It's just not. You're working yourself to the bone. They have an issue with 9-to-5s. And don't get me wrong, there are problematic things with 9-to-5s as well. But they have such a giant issue with, oh, you have to work for someone when you work a 9-to-5. But at least you get a paycheck. With this, you might bust your ass the entire month, and you might think, oh yeah, I'm gonna hit that rank. I'm gonna do really good because I'm on my game. Like it's great right now. And then you get to the end of the month and this happens, and you might not make that rank. So you might not get the paycheck that you were depending on. How is this time freedom? I know that I've said that so many times in this video, and I'm so sorry. I'm sure a lot of you guys just take a shot every time that I say time freedom, but I'm sure a lot of you guys are already annoyed at this point. But seriously, how is that time freedom? Seriously.
She doesn't sleep much. She truly every day tries to find a new way. Last name is, it's really fun to say. My blue-eyed girl. So what you don't see on the outside, underlying, like if you think she works hard on the outside, if you could see the underlying work she does, it would exhaust you. It exhausts me. And she always comes up with like the best ideas. Like if you want to learn how to work smarter, not harder, you need a friend like I'm telling you right now. Okay? This isn't for
How is she working smarter, not harder, if she's not sleeping? Explain that, please.
me. This is for my best friend. This is for my upline. I'm in my uplines group. So we want to hit month 1 Lux. Same. I'm so thankful for the uplines I have, which is because they're my best friends now. And I just want to know, we have a lot of leaders coming out of the woodworks now. Welcome back. Welcome to the party. Now I'm going to ask you, what are you going to do? What are you going to implement to not only achieve your goals, but you know when you achieve your goals, it helps achieve hers, okay? Because she's going to help you every step of the way. We need initiative. We need fire. We need sparks, okay? The only way we are going to hit this goal for is if we roll our sleeves up, dig deep, and start figuring out who on your team needs your attention. Okay, I'm speaking to the leaders here. Who needs your attention? Where can you make the biggest moves? Who are your top sellers? Who's not selling so you can help them sell so that they have profit in their pocket and money to order jewelry? Go ahead and ask, my friend. Go ahead and ask. Yes, we are. That's okay. We're here to cheer. We're here to motivate. We're here to inspire. We're here to show everybody else how a family comes together. Because if you're not used to it yet, you will be after this. Thank you so much. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. I said I had the highest sales week I've ever had because of my upline sales battle. Listen, that sales battle that did is incredible, okay? So guys, I challenge you, pick a partner and battle, okay? Battle in sales, battle in PV. So if you comment your consultant ID and tag, she can look it up. Dude, you are the bomb. Can I just say, you are the bomb. All right. If you, type your consultant ID. If you want a quicker response, depending on what she's doing right now, you call the 800 number and you ask, what is your lineage above you? They'll break it right down for you, okay? How do you recommend a sales battle? Post in your team group, post in your team chat. So if you're maxed, your volume doesn't go towards helping them rank. What it does do, though, is it influences, you know when you watch someone's live sale, like let's say it's your first live sale, right? I'm going to give you a perspective on the kind of impact a maxed leg can do for everybody else, okay? When you go on a live sale and it's someone's very first live sale, or maybe it's like their first couple, you ever notice that nobody is buying until someone buys? It's like when you go to a party or you go to a club, no one is dancing until the first person goes out, and usually that's me, just so you know. I'm always the first to dance because I want to see everybody have fun. So let me make a fool of myself so we get that out in the open, and then everybody feels a little bit better, right? So all it takes is one person to start the party. All it takes is one person to influence others to dance. All it takes is one person to influence others to start buying. All it takes is one person to influence others to trust. So if you're on a maxed leg anywhere on any team and you're like, man, I wish there was something I could do, there is. Be the first to dance at the party. Really? You know what I'm saying? Be the first to dance at the party. Because when you're the first to dance, you're going to influence others to loosen up and do the same. When you're the first person to comment on your new Downlines live sale and you buy a $5 a piece from them just to support them, you've just started the party to get everybody else to trust them, to get everybody else to compete with you, to get everybody else to comment, okay? All it takes is one. We all play a role. And so if you are maxed anywhere on any team for anybody, the way you help is showing them why you're maxed to begin with. And subliminally challenging others, be like us. You want to be like us. You want to do what we do. You want to be able to be the first one dancing, okay? And that's also a good feeling. It's a good feeling. At the same time, it's a sucky feeling to be like, I want to order all of it, and I can. It doesn't help her move her rank. So what else can we do? I'm going to be the first one to dance at the party. Okay? So if you're ready to dance into month 1, I want you to put hashtag dancing into month 1, because we are doing this. And I am watching my best friend and my most deserving upline hit this month 1. It's happening. It's happening. If you're in, hashtag dance into month 1. And we're doing month 1 this month, in the next 3 days. Okay? I love you. We ain't messing around, homies, okay? Let's do this. Leaders, step up. Take the initiative. She's going to help you. She's going to have your back. You've got to have her back more this month. I'm calling you out. Let's do it. Let's do it. Love you guys. Goodbye.
I'm not gonna lie, I would not be surprised if she became like an MLM guru type or one of these self-help guru or business guru types that we discuss here in the anti-MLM community, or anyone who really discusses scams and business scams and all that. But I would not be surprised, because she would be pretty interesting to see do that, because watching this, it does kind of get you a little motivated. I mean, whenever I watch these types of trainings or calls or whatever, I kind of go back into Hun mode, Monica. And I watch it from, I mean, I'm not a Hun, obviously. I'm not an MLM rep, but I go back into that mode, and I have both regular Monica, Hun mode Monica. And when I watch it, if this were like a Beachbody coach to me, back in the day, I'd be like, yeah, like, let's do this. Let's do it. And I'd be super excited to do that. And that's the whole point, is to build up this momentum so that her upline can make rank. That's all that it is. And the whole, do like a sales battle thing. But I thought that this was your own business. So why are we competing against people in our own downline, in our own team? I thought this was our own thing, but now we all have to come together as a team, kind of a thing. So, I mean, I don't know if that's a bit of that might be a little bit of a stretch, but yeah, you depend on your team. It's not just dependent on you. You depend on your team in order to make rank, in order to make that commission, in order to make money, really. So that's all that I have for you guys today. Let me know what you think of both the compensation plan explanation and this reps video about the end of the month push, because this is something that does happen. in every business, because the end of the month, you want to hit that month. You want to do better than the month before. But with with MLM reps, they need to hit that rank because their commissions, and maybe even if they're given that, or not given, it's earned, the free car that they have, it's really, you just get an allowance if you meet your rank. But not hitting that rank might mean that you have to pay for that car payment this month, on top of also losing all of the commission that you thought you were going to get because you thought you were going to hit that rank. So I don't see how this is time and financial freedom. I don't see how this isn't a stressful job. I really don't. And I feel for these reps. I hope that they get out, because it seems to me that with Paparazzi, you have to be constantly recruiting people. If you can only take 1/3 of the volume of each leg, and then there's that you max out your leg, you have to be constantly recruiting people the higher that you go, because the more people you recruit, the easier it's going to be for you to hit that rank. But let me know what you guys think. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching, and this is Monica reporting to you live from a highway. Bye!